Hi guys, Mr. Dr. Logic from the future. I just realized something I completely forgot. Basically I'm creating a Python series teaching you from start to end in my weird ass order on how to do Python. It's going to follow somewhat of a structure. I'm going to post a list here on how we're going to do things, basically what this video is going to cover, and yeah, good luck learning Python if you wish to do so. Hi guys, Mr. Dr. Logic here, and today I'm going to explain a few things about Python. You may ask, why Python? Well, long story short, I haven't posted for so long is because, one, I couldn't get into summer school, and two, I needed something to distract myself. So learning Python was amazing. But unfortunately, learning Python has never been so difficult. Like, I do appreciate that there's some like Indian experts out there that try and attempt to explain it, but the Indian accent is so strong I don't even know what they're saying. And I'm Indian too. Oh my gosh. And their explanations go from bad to worse. So I thought, just to make simple things simple and not allow it to overcomplicate, I'm just going to explain how Python works. So Python is just basically a math slash programming language that you can use for mathematical purposes or any other purposes. It's basically an open canvas. Just make sure that you can convert your ideas into programming, and the computer will be able to do it for you, which is sort of amazing. But first, you're going to have to get Python first. And one of the few ways to do it is pretty much just download Python, or it'll take you to the store. Where's the store? I don't have the store down there. It'll have Microsoft Store, and you can download Python version 3.9. I think that's the latest right now. Or you can do what I did and download Sublime, which is even better. I like it because it's much more simpler, and the OG Python kind of looks like this. Now you may see like a little black thing here, that's just me covering it up, but essentially what it's covering up is just my name. That's it, nothing else, don't worry about it. But essentially this is OG Python. So if I were to do Python right now, so if I were to do something like, let's just say x is equal to 15, and then say print x, there you go. This level of Python is so old that it's the equivalent of you meeting your dead ancestors 100, 200, even 500 years ago. This is how old this version of Python is. So I'm just going to skip over this and just head straight for this. Just head to the Sublime version because I find this much more easier and it's less complicated, and everything is organized and you know what everything is doing at a simple thing. So we're going to focus on, so we have already gone over downloading it. I'll probably show a page right about now as to where I found the download thing. And let's get straight into it. At first you might notice that nothing's happening, that it's all white. This is not normal. So what you're going to do is you're going to control save. And then right about here, you're going to put test1 or just practice1.py. That's key. The .py. Doesn't matter what name you give it, just .py. That's important. And you'll see it'll light up right away. Okay? So we'll do an ordinary text, and this is basically how you would comment on something. So you would do, we'll just put lines down, print brackets, and then quotations, and then hello world, and then save, and then control B. Okay, to comment, it's just what the hashtag symbol, or as like old people like to call it, a fucking pound key. It's basically, yeah, control 3. No, it's not control 3, it's shift 3, my bad. It's shift 3. And you would just do control plus B. This is what you would do to run Python. Okay, so let's do it. Finished in 10 seconds. There you go. Hello world. All this does is just display things on the console. So you can pretty much put whatever you want in here. Like, let's just say you want to write up in double brackets a story. So like, I wanna write a story. This is exactly how you would put it. And then Control Save, Control B. There you go. I want to write a story. That's beautiful. You can pretty much display anything. There is an exception, however. Like, I prefer doing double quotations marks because even if you do it like this, I want to write a story. Control Save, Control B. There's nothing wrong with it. The only issue is, like, let's just say you have some grammatical issues, like here's me. You can see if we were to do a Control B, that's an error. Okay, basically Python doesn't know what you're doing here and it has no clue what's going on over here. So to neglect this, you would do this. And then probably another. Wait, I forget. Oh, like, okay, I'm not perfect. Is it this slash? Nope, never mind. Okay, I forget the other workaround to this, but basically I would do double quotation marks here and then bracket to close it. So this is why I generally avoid using that, so that it doesn't interfere with that. Here's the story. And so, bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Another cool thing we can do here with control print is this. Hi. And then just add it, straight up add the string. How are you? There you go. Oh, well, you see here, the reason it doesn't have a space despite all of this is because it takes it as a string and it just puts these two strings together. Basically, taking two blocks, like I don't know how to describe it, two squares, and just smash it together. And if you say, here's a little space, there you go. There's a little space over here. So yeah, don't forget about that. Another creative way or another thing you can do this is basically hi plus this, and then you add a space in there, and then you could do this, but this is just a workaround. And then Control B, perfect. Now, we'll just move on from the print function since we have had enough fun with it, and you can basically write wherever you want. I have a bad habit of just Xing out of the program, so I just paranoidally hit Control C. Forgive me, my bad. So now we're just going to do print, and then we're going to do something interesting. We're going to do a command called lens. Now what lens essentially does is it counts the number of characters, okay? In Python, words and things are not defined by like words or alphabet or phrases. The way Python defines it is through strings and through characters. And there's another way, but I forget. And so characters is basically counting each character. So 1, 2, 3, that counts 4, 5. So let's do a phrase like A, B, C, and we should expect a number. 3, there we go. And so if we were to do something like hello world, come on, please work. It'll count to 12. So there's 5. There's another 5, so that's 10. Exclamation mark is 11, and the space counts as 12. Even the space you put in there counts as 12. And sometimes it's useful to know how much is in there. And so if we were to do something, I would say cool at your level, although I'm not expecting you to do something incredible with just bare minimum knowledge, but you could probably add them all up. So let's just do something like this. Okay, so this is probably a quick math question. How many characters do you think will be in here? Just take a wild guess. Okay, I'm gonna hit the answer in 3, 2, 1. 11. Okay, if you guessed 11, wonderful. I mean, I knew it, but that's good. So we're just gonna go over a few questions because I'm a little worried that you may not be aware of like what's happening, and just to make sure you know what's going on, okay? So So the first question I have here is, what are strings surrounded by? I'm still recording, thank God. Okay. What are strings surrounded by? Strings are, okay, so this is pretty much a string. So what is it surrounded by? If you answered single or double quotation marks, you are correct. Okay, so the next question would be, don't forget how to comment. How would you comment? That's easy, just shift 3, not like what I did. So how do we display things like strings to the console? So we have some options here, okay? We have one option, print, lens, or this is impossible. Okay, we're just gonna skip right over it. I think this is just a dead giveaway, so sorry about that. So the correct answer is print. Obviously, it may give me an error. I'm not too sure about this. Yeah, there's no error. Okay, it just puts another space in between. And perfect, that's how you put spaces. Okay, so now let's try something fun. Okay, so print lens. This is probably going to be math. This is what this program's all about. Okay, what do you expect? This is all about the math skills. Okay, you don't got the math, you are not. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's just that sometimes it does super complicated math, and you need to know where everything's happening. So what do you think the outcome of this is? Like if I were to hit Control B, I keep forgetting that. What do you think the outcome is going to be? And by the way, to comment like a long thing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're just going to comment out all of that. So if you wanted an outcome, what was this outcome be? If you guess the answer as 6, you are correct. What? Oh, I forgot the bracket. Brackets everywhere messed up. Okay, make sure you have your brackets correctly, otherwise you're going to mess up. And 6, wonderful. So I think that is all for like the print command. Now we're going to try and give some variables. Okay, as you saw earlier that I did something like x equal to 15, and then from there I did print x. You can already guess what happened. Control B, it printed out 15, which is incredible. And so if we were to do something like this, animal is equal to, I don't know, lion, and then we were to say print animal, which is the variable. Okay, so let's make sure we whoa, chill, Python, chill. If we were to do lion, well, let's just comment out this, Control B, it would print out line and 6. Comment that out. Okay, so it really doesn't matter, but the print command can also print out variables for as long as it's given. So you're going to be surprised by this, but it printed out lion. However, if we were to get rid of this, well, not get rid of it entirely, but you know what I mean. It doesn't recognize this anymore. It doesn't know what you're talking about because animal is not defined. It says it right here, error name, animal is not defined, because it thinks of it as a variable. The moment you do something like this, that it's white and then you give it an equal sign, that means you're defining it as a variable, and then you give it a value. And then from there, you would print it. For beginners, just worry about print commands being the easiest way to display something on the screen, and don't worry about much else. So, if we were to do something trippy like this, oh gosh, please work. Lion equal to animal. Do you think the outcome, do you think it's going to print line or no? It can't. Basically, it can't because you can't do it in the right order. I'm just kidding. The variable needs to be on the left side. That's how Python reads it. Otherwise, it doesn't know what you're doing. So let's put it back. Just put tiger so that we know what we're doing now. Now, out of curiosity, what do you think would happen if we gave something like this? If we did something like this? I have no idea what that's doing. Okay, so let's define lion equal to lion. seems pretty simple. Tiger is equal to tiger. Wait, tiger. Don't forget to put it in those brackets. And then we did something interesting like this, okay? Wait, yeah. Wait, no. Okay. Another reason why I love this program. You just type in the first few digits and then enter, okay? Ooh, so what do you think would happen if I did this? I think we mentioned this earlier, but take another guess again. What do you think would happen if we did this? So, it's pretty much gonna smack them two together. Now, what do you think would happen if I subtracted them? Ooh. Any idea? You can't do it. It literally can't do it. So don't worry about it, okay? So always be careful to make sure you add it, because this is weird, okay? Unless it's like a numerical value, like if we were to give line entire, like, I don't know, point value of 30, this one 45, and then we were to do this, save, and then print, it can do it just fine, okay? Another mistake most beginners tend to make is that we put the print first and then we define the variable later. The line is equal to 15, tiger is equal to 30 or 10, okay? So let's try this. I hit Control V. That's what happened. It can't do it because, well, it thinks line's not defined, but don't ever put the print above the variables. Otherwise, you're screwing the program up. Okay? Now here's an interesting one, okay? Here's an interesting one. Okay. So we're gonna make these both the same value. Okay, we're gonna call these both variables lion. Okay? Don't ask me why. Print lion. Because this tends to happen, and this is a lot of mistake that most beginners tend to make. And you'll see later why while we're creating specific tasks or games, that why this tends to be the case. But if we were to do print line, what do you think is going to show up? Be honest, okay? If you have no clue, take a guess. You'll be surprised, okay? I'm trying not to give any hints, but this is as good as it gets. Here goes. Hopefully you have an answer. It's 10, okay? If you guess 10 by accident, you are super lucky. You are blessed by the stars. Go pat yourself on the back. But if you guess 15, don't worry about it. This mistake is easy to discover. And if I were to do another line is equal to 9, well, the answer would be 9, obviously, because it takes into consideration what the last variable was declared as, okay? So basically, so here's what happens, okay? So we actually defined it. So if we were to mix match these numbers, like 615, whatever, okay, doesn't matter. Like, let's just say we gave it all new values, like, and then line is equal to line plus 1. Okay, so from this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter. But when we look at an equation like this, it's line plus 1. What was line before? It was 904. So you can already take a guess what it's going to be next. 905. And so this is something that most beginners tend to make as a mistake, not intentionally, but it's rather funny when you see things like that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the more of the question segment of this, okay? Okay, I managed to finally type out everything out for this question. So this is question number 1. I'm doing this more professionally now. I recognize this was a little stupid, but bear with me here. But yeah, I'm using a lot of buts. Okay, there's no but. There's no but argument, okay? See? No but argument. But there is an else, which makes no sense. Python is weird, man. Okay, so what can you remember about variables and why are they so useful in the program? Okay, just take a guess. If you don't know what it is, that's all right. Just randomly guess. I also got this wrong because I had no idea what this question was asking. But based on these definitions, what do you think is the best thing? Okay. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you selected C and you had no reason why, I hate you. I absolutely hate you because you are absolutely the luckiest person, okay? The thing about variables is that it remembers. It'll remember for eternity, for as long as it exists. It will forever remember that lion now is 905, okay? And you can use it n number of times. So if I were to do this and just do that, guess what happens? Okay. Well, that wasn't a little anti-dramatic or anticlimactic. It spams it multiple times, so this is what actually ends up happening. And this is why variables are so valuable. You may not see the value in it now, but once you go further down and start developing a program, start rolling dice, start remembering values in a game, such as like what keyboard inputs you put, or what else can you do? There are plenty of other things you can do. I just can't think of everything right now. I'm having many brain farts. Okay, so based on that, here's question 2. Okay, so can you update variables in Python after you create it? This is a simple yes or simple yes or no. Quite. Why is this true or false? Just true or false, or just yes or no. Yes or no. Okay. Yes dash no. Okay, can you update variables even after you create it? I think the answer. Okay, I have a bad habit of leaving the answer right up here. Jeez. Oh my god. I am so sorry. I just have a bad habit. Okay, so the answer is yes, because we just, this example right here, we just did that. We just straight up did that. Oh my god. Order from line 49 to line 51. Put these in the right order so that we know what the correct answer is. Okay, go ahead and try. And if you said that it doesn't matter what order that these guys are in, as long as the print is below line 51, we're good. So you can basically take this, put it up here, bada bing, bada boom, run it. There you go. Tigers are big cats. As long as the print is below the variables, it's defined. Everything's dandy. Everything is nice and going well. Okay, so that is it for this video. It's like, dang, it's like, what? That's half an hour? Oh my god, I gotta cut so much of it down. Okay, that's it for this video for teaching basics of Python. I'll see you in the next one.